Welcome to Hivika Technologies. For more updates, please like and do subscribe.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you and your loved ones are staying safe and doing great. So in this video, we are going to see how to read the data from a CSV file and how to write to the data into the database. So we might see in this how easily we can do it in A11.x version. Now today we are going to see this in A2019. So the first thing will be I will show you how to read the data into a data from a CSV file, and then how to configure database connections, all those things, and how to write the data into the database as well. And we may talk about these two variables during this use case, and loop variable also. Loop, under the loop we can use table. So let's move on. I'm just going back to my automation anywhere, and I'm just going to create a new bot. So let's say CSV 2DB. Let's create. So now either CSV or Excel, right? You can just let me start with Excel commands. I will just do this exercise using Excel. Okay. So you can see some of the variables here: Excel advanced, Excel basics, all those things, right? Let me go to advanced. You can see there are different options available under the Excel command, correct? Let's take a open. Let me open the Excel sheet. So here when I just take this activity or the command, it is asking which file you wanted to read. Either the file is currently presented in a control room, or it's present in a desktop, or you can pass the value also, variable also. Let's say desktop, and let me browse the file. So let's go to desktop, and this is the file I wanted to use it. Okay, so you can see the entire file path here. Let me open the file and show you what exactly the information in it. So I have this file, and this have ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and IP address. So I wanted to read this data using A2019 and write into the database. Okay, I do have my database has been hosted in this particular virtual machine. I'm just going to log into that just to show you. I hope I already created one table for this, and I'm just going to show you that. Let it open. So I just given, and here some other configurations are also there. If you have different sheets in the particular Excel, you can specify the sheet name. You wanted to do it in a rewrite mode or read only mode, you can specify that. And you have another option, contains headers. If it is a password protected, then that also you can enable and give the passwords. And contains headers, I'm just enabling contains headers as well. So this is okay. Let me save this. So now I just read it, right? Let me open my, I think my SQL is opened. I'm just connecting to my database. So I already created one database table uh, in the master. Let me show you that. This is the one. So there are some records. Let me delete these records. Delete from. So now the table is empty. The same whatever columns are there in CSV I just created here, I'm just going to load into this table. Okay, So that is done. Now I wanted to read the data, right? So there are different commands in Automation Anywhere. Let's see which one can be used. Let's go back and forth. So let's read data from the CSV file, right? We can see get worksheet as a data table. Let's take this activity. So here you can specify the sheet name, or you can specify active sheet, and you can specify contains header, and let's create a variable which is going to be a table. Let's say we customer data table. Okay, I'm just creating it, right? So I just taken activity called get worksheet as data table, and I just specified active sheet, and the session is, we already opened the Excel. This is the session is same as it is 11.x version. Okay, and I have specified contains headers, and I just created a data table variable and I called it here. Okay, so now what I did, I just opened the file and I just read the data as a data table, right? Now let's see how can I loop through each record from this. Okay, let's search for a loop command. Just search for loop. You can just drag and drop the loop command here. You can just see dual view so that you can see what's happening on this. Let me do one thing. Let's close this so that we can see something more here. Okay, so loop is here. When I click on this, sorry, I wanted to configure. So loop iterator will be data table. You can specify each row in a table, and you have to specify the table. So this is the table which I read, and I just taken that. Now I'm just going to create, see, assign the current row into this variable. So which means when the loop is happening, that entire row will be stored into this particular variable. So that variable type will be the record. So when you read, let us say current record. Okay, so when you loop through the data table, then each row will be stored in a record type variable. So in my previous video when I explained about the variables, I told, right, in the next videos I'm just going to explain, and I'm going to use where exactly the data table type variable can be used, and the record type also. This is the place where we can use it. So I just given current record and I just selected this. Okay, now anything else is there? No, nothing. So just save that. Let me show you how to connect to the database, and then let's start incorporating those database commands inside this particular loop. So first we have a database command here. So let's go, sorry, let's go to database command, and you can see connect option. What I can do is I can just keep before the loop so that it won't open the connection for every each and record. So this is what I just taken the database connection. Here you can see connection mode user defined or default. When it is set default, you have to give the specific connection string which have the respect to database. You can just need to specify which database jar you wanted to call, the respective database jar you have to specify, and the respective connection string also. Let me try with user defined. So my SQL server name, I wanted to take the connection parameters from here. I just wanted to plug the connection parameters here, right? So I'm just going back to my SQL server, and I'm just trying to get the connection properties. Let's go here. So the server name, you can find it here. Let's take this. So I'm just going to plug this. So you can create a variables also for this. Database name, it is optional. Master is my database, And username, you can see these are all the options. Either you can plug it as a credential. If you define this variable, if you define credential manager and credential vault, everything, you can just pick it from there. If not, you can just give in secure string, and name will be, let us say I have created one new user, that is devdb user, and the respective password. Since all these are in my local virtual, I'm just going to show you guys the password also. That's not a problem. If you want, you can give the instance. So that's it. I don't wanted to select this. I already given my user defined and everything looks fine. Let's save this. These are all the parameters you may need to use and give when you configure database connection and use user defined one. Let's save this. Now what I need to do, I just already opened the database connection. Now I need to insert, right? So you can see as it is, the command name is same in 11.x and here as well. Insert, update, delete. Just take inside the loop, and here you are going to write the statement and the session name, whatever the session name you have mentioned here, right? The same session name should be given here, so that there will be link between the sessions and the connection, right? So let me write some basic statement, and I will just copy that into automation anywhere. Okay, so let's say insert into, sorry, insert into, so table name will be this, and the values will be, first one will be id, let us say 1 comma, second name will be, last name will be, second one will be abc comma tf. I'm just trying to create one dummy record, make sure my query is, or my statement was correct. So this is the id, email id, and the other one is gender, right? Let us say male. So I'm just going to execute this to make sure my statement should be correct. So this is executed, and I can, let me see. So there is one record is there. Let me delete that record. Now just make sure. So now the table thing is free, right? Now what I need to do is, I wanted to insert, instead of these physical, I just given the hard-coded values, right? I wanted to give the variables here to plug at a runtime, right? Let me take this. I'm just going back to automation anywhere here, 2019. So I just given here. So instead of this, what I can do, I just close it. If I hit F2, or if you click on that, you can get the variable, insert variable option. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to pull that value from my current record, which is how holds the current value. So either you can give the current record by index or by name. So the index is basically starts with 0. I'm just go with name, so that in future if any columns are jumbled, it's not going to be make any troubles. So let us say id insert. So then I'll just remove abc and I will insert same record, and I will just give the name. I'm just going to take the first name from here. just give it here. Okay, and then two variables are given, and last name. I'll just change the name to last name. Okay, and then email, and then gender. Let us say email, and the final one will be gender. Right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I just given everything. So what I did, I just given everything, and once the loop is completed, I wanted to disconnect from the database table. Okay, sorry, from the database I wanted to disconnect, and then I wanted to close even the Excel file also. Close will come, Excel advanced, close. Let us take the close option and go here. What I can do, I will just keep a message box and will verify the record. Once the thing is loaded, right, we will just verify it. Let us say, please verify it in database. Okay, I hope I'm done. Let's test it. So what I did first, I opened the Excel and then I just read that sheet into the data table and then connected to database and then started the loop and then inserted and just showed the message box for the verification purpose and disconnected and finally closed the Excel. Let's I saved it. Let me run this. Let me close before I move on. Don't save. Let me run this. We'll see how it goes. So something is going. Let me do one thing. Okay, to open this, and you can see message has come here. Let me do one thing. Select account of let us say ID from, let's give the database table name. So let me run this too. So there is one record and one is done, that is inserted, and in the second record I'm just going to execute the same. Now you can see two records and the count is also 2. Okay, things are going. So let me check now. Now these many records are inserted. I think everything is done. So this is how we can insert the data into the database. So there are different commands in event database command. I will going to talk those in later uh, sessions. So basically, like we can roll back or commit the transaction. All those things can be implemented using uh, database commands which are in A2019, and there are a lot of sub commands available under Excel Advanced as well as Excel Basic. So I'm going to come up with some of the use cases which we are going to use all the max sub commands and come up with the next tutorials. In this session, we have seen how to read data from CSV and how to write into the database. So as part of it, we have seen how to use the variable, table type variable, and how to use record type variable, and even we have seen how to loop through a table, right? I hope this video helps you to understand and works on database commands in A2019. To get more updates in my future tutorials, please like, share and subscribe so that whenever I upload you will get the notification. Thank you.
I hope this video helps you. To get more updates, please like and subscribe the channel.
Please leave your comments and questions in the comments section. We'll get back to you.